Hey yo, this is Jay from snakeboard.co.uk, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Instead of doing tutorials or challenges, come ride with me as I ride down. It's currently 7:15 in the morning in Barcelona, and I'm gonna ride my Snakeboard Pro down to the beach. And I thought for once I should tell my story, my snake story, and why I put so much time, effort in singing the praises to these weird little boards. So I first started snakeboarding back in 1994, and before that I was a bodyboarder. And what attracted me to it really in the first place was, I think, being a bodyboarder, you were a niche of a niche. You know, back in the 90s, action sports were not in the Olympics. I used to bodyboard in the summers in Cornwall, but I lived in London. So I wanted something that I could ride the streets and, you know, really interpret my surroundings in the way as close as possible to how you do surfing. Now, my cousin, Tara, big shout out to Tara, had a snakeboard. She had bought it from Hamleys. So I was aware of them. And I think what did attract me to them originally was the fact that you could ride without ever taking your feet off the board. It's just something so cool about that 12-year-old me. But the reason I'm doing this video is because, truthfully, this whole sport has changed my life. And I do think, and I've been thinking this morning, why is that? This week I've just spent the last 10 days with one of my lifelong friends, Sergi Nicholas, multiple world champion, hanging out with him while he's been visiting Barcelona. I've had Ismail Calva, old friend. I think I met him when he was 14. With Nacho, another old friend that I think I was 14 when I first met him, or something like that, maybe a little bit older. And it's like, why has this sport meant I've had these lifelong friends? And I think, I genuinely do think it's because it's a little bit weird, because it is that little bit different than anything else. You know, for years you do turn up to skate parks. It's changed nowadays, but in the 90s skate parks were definitely less friendly places. So I used to rock up to a skate park and everybody, and you still get it sometimes, especially the skaters, would look at you, sometimes cut you up when dropping in. So I definitely feel through snakeboarding, one, we have a like-mindedness. So you meet a snakeboarder from wherever they are in the world, and you have this like-mindedness, this determination to kind of do what you enjoy, and it doesn't matter what other people think. And I really do enjoy that about this sport. It gives you a bit of mental toughness, I think, in that way. Story, I think it was around 1995, myself and, you know, my best friend from London for years, Stefan Tribe, we were snakeboarding along on the south bank of London, the famous skate spots, and some rollerbladers came past us. And, you know, in the 90s, rollerbladers were getting shtick just as much as we were from skateboarders, and they rolled past us and called us scum of the earth. That always sticks in my mind. And for me, it's a moment of, I was quite proud of it. I've met friends, I've traveled the world over the last 30 years because of these weird boards. I have friends all over, you know, so a huge shout out to those people who have stuck with it through thick and thin, not just because there's opportunities for a little buck to be made. So, you know, shout outs to people like Victor Merstig, obviously Sergi Nicholas, Thomas Keenley, Gotthard Pilsner, Sam Cook. You know, I think there's a crew of us, been about the family that we have. And the sport is growing now. You know, the Streetball World Championships this year was incredible. I really enjoyed that. Look, we had people travel as far as from Easter Island. You know, we had a huge crew from Argentina coming to the Netherlands. And that was, you know, just looking around there at how many different people we had all together in one place because of these weird but wonderful boards. But, you know, this definitely is a labour of love. kind of throwing everything at it. To give a huge shout out to the support I've had from my partner, Carlotta. It's not been easy. And this is why you'll see me day in, day out, along with others, pushing the benefits of the sport. And I've spoken about it before. I'm not going to go on to those too much right now. Thank you. Okay, what time is it? 7:20? And I'm sure it's a little bit dark. Yeah, 7:20. I've got about 15 minutes till the sunrise. And we're about to jump onto this really fun bit here in Barcelona. They've got a new bike path. And I love riding down it. So I better get a move on. So I've learned a hell of a lot through this sport. This is the first t-shirt that we printed when we were about 14. You know, we got learn business skills in that way. But, you know, we didn't think about it then. It was just we wanted to get our crew, Team Cheese name out there. Shout out to Mark Campbell from Hamleys for designing this. Myself with Stefan Tribe, we launched our first magazine when we were about 17, I believe, 16. Selling it to the US, Germany, all over, getting it printed. This was before we had Quark, before Adobe InDesign even. Trying to fit everything onto a zip disk, get it to a printer's. At that young age, I learned a hell of a lot of skills. Helped to organise my first UK championships back when I was, I think, 18? 1999, I can't do the math, 18 or 19. So definitely through being involved and having this passion for this sport, brought a lot to my life as well as the friendships. I was saying to somebody the other day, kind of the influencer, content creator mentality that is like seeped into everything. Action sports, been doing it for years. Like everybody's now caught up with that. So editing, we edited our first video with 2 VHS and then using a tape to then dub the music over it. Kids nowadays don't know how easy you've got it with CapCut, etc. So definitely made it in time. The sky looks like it's going to be a beautiful sunrise. And there's a ton of, oh my gosh, there's an insane amount of paddleboarders out there. Don't know where the sun's going to rise. I wonder if I can get it to rise through the little snake eye in the middle of the new snakeboard bar. Don't know, let's see. But yeah, sit with me, enjoy. So I don't think we're going to be that lucky and actually see the sunrise. But you know what? It's alright. I'd like to have a nice early morning ride. There's a little bit of why. You see my face everywhere. Pushing these boards. It's changed my life in ways that I cannot ever really put into a video. One thing is, if you are thinking about, should I get a snakeboard? You will get welcomed into a worldwide family of like-minded people, but from many different cultures, backgrounds. You never know, 30 years down the line, you might be sitting there doing a video explaining to the next generation, possibly after singularity, AI, augmented people, to unplug from the matrix and get onto one of these and get out into the real world and enjoy it. Who knows? There you go. A little bit of a different story. I am about to do one of my challenges to see how fast I can get up to on this. No limit, no 100-meter sprints like I've done before. But no sunrise. Now it's time for me to warm up and carry on snaking.